Welcome back, my Jedi friends. And in today, I'm going to show you how to give yourself a massive and instant energy boost. So let's start. Where do you start off normally? Well, we've all had days where you just can't be asked with anything. You just don't want to do anything. You're feeling low motivation. The world is against you. Somebody's probably pissed you off. Accumulation of things have happened, and you just can't be bothered to even get out of bed. So this is for those days, folks. I'm going to give you three things that you can switch things around if you choose to do. Now, let's face it, folks, some days it's good to do nothing. It's good to have a low energy day, but sometimes you can't afford to. So this is for the situation where you don't have the luxury to wallow in low energy for a prolonged period, and you really are looking for a tool to boost yourself out of it. I'm going to give you three absolutely sound things that can turn things around, should you choose to do it, my Jedi friend. So, the first thing is our mind is very powerful, and all low energy starts in feeling sorry for ourselves. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, then the odds are you're telling yourself a story, somebody's fucked you over, somebody else did this, and it's all a set of circumstances that are seemingly out of your hands. This person pissed you off. That situation happened. I don't know. Maybe the stock market went down. Maybe a relationship ended. There's a whole set of things that can cause low energy and they accumulate on you. And every now and again, you just get to a point where you start questioning life and wondering, what is it all about? What am I going to do? How am I ever going to jolt myself out of this? It seems like an impossible position. So the first thing that you can do is to start telling yourself a better story and to be your own better friend. Be your own better friend, folks. It has to start there. Everything is dependent on this part of the journey. This is the key element, that it's your story. The story that we tell ourselves is the one that energizes or de-energizes us. And if you're giving your power away by all of these people that have fucked you over, or all of these situations that are out of your hands, and you wake up one day and you just can't be bothered to move, you're just wondering what the point of it all is, then you have to start by telling yourself a different story. And the way that you do that is to say, well, if my best friend or the person I love the most in the world was feeling this way right now, what would I do? And the first thing that you would do is trying to make them feel a little bit better about themselves. And this is ultimately about your relationship with yourself. So you've got to be a better friend, a better confidant, a better person to help yourself out of it and to go easy on yourself. Now, sometimes we all need a kick up the arse, but if someone's in a low energy spot, then they probably just need you to be with them. And you need to be with yourself, and you need to start telling yourself a better story about your role within this. And rather than disempowering yourself, what did I do to deserve this? These are the sort of questions that are very disempowering. You need to ask yourself a better question. What is the message? What is the situation? What are all of these low energy things telling me? And usually it's because you're on the wrong path. You've been going down a path that is so utterly wrong that you needed to feel this to stop. So it's a bit like rolling a cart down a hill and you're holding on to it. You're rolling the cart down, but then you lose the grip and it just keeps going. It's off. It's rogue. It's gone. It's a runaway cart. You can't stop it. And it's hurtling out of control. And maybe that's all the situation that's happened. You've got to wait till a cart comes to a crashing stop before you can actually do anything about it. And that's a low energy spot. That's when your world, your path, the things that you're doing come to a crash. So the low energy spot or feeling unmotivated is a good thing because you have to stop and you have to start questioning. And the question that you need to ask yourself is, what do I need to be consciously aware of to move in a better direction? And that brings us to the second point. Once you've started asking that question, once you've taken responsibility for what's happened to you, once you've become a better friend to yourself, you just need a little bit of action, a little bit of traction through action, action, traction. And the backdrop today is me on a beach. Now, if I was near to a beach, which I was, that's many moons ago on a beach in Australia, but even going out for a walk, places that energize, nature energizes you, taking some sort of action, doing a small task that you've been putting off, even a tiny task that you've been putting off, take some sort of action. Even if it's a walk down the road, if it's a 1 or 2 minute walk, just take action, some sort of action. Maybe it's 5 press ups that you're going to do, or a couple of press ups. Maybe you can do something, but you're going to take some action. And that's a jolt. That will give you a jolt. It will get you moving. It will get you momentum. Now, there's so many cheesy phrases. The journey of 1,000,000 miles, or however long it is, starts with a single step. But let's talk about the cumulative effect energy wise from taking numerous small steps. Now, this is research that's been proven that lots of tasks, lots of small tasks, as you break down a task. So maybe you've got to write a first chapter. You've been thinking of writing a book. You've got to write the first chapter. Just write a sentence. Just write a single sentence. It might be rubbish. And for someone that's written a book, I can tell you, sometimes you hit that brick wall and you just need to force through it. Just write any old thing. And it doesn't necessarily need to be linear as well. If I used to hit a brick wall with one chapter, I'd start a different one. And then I pieced it all together like a jigsaw at the end. That's for writers. But it could be tasks that you're putting off. Clear your inbox on your email. Just start deleting all of the messages that you don't need. Go through your phone, give yourself a phone shui, delete people that are no longer contributing to your life. Tiny little things like this all can have a cumulative effect. Things you've been putting off, start doing them one task at a time. Each little task frees a little bit more energy, folks. Tiny tasks, break them down and start doing things. That's another one. And the third one, the third thing, and this is an amazing one, and I've tested this. I came up with it once when I was in a really low energy spot, and that is to reach out to 3, 4, or even 5 friends or more if you want. 3 to 5 of your good friends, and you're going to send them a little message of appreciation and say, thank you. Hello there, Adam. I just want to say that I sometimes guilty of taking you for granted. You're a brilliant friend, and I really value having you in my life. Thank you for being there when I needed you. And I've done that. And when the messages, it feels good to send them, but when the messages start coming back, it's a great energy boost, folks. It's a great energy boost. So there's 3 very small practical things that you can do if you hit that low energy to turn it around, to jolt it, to kickstart it in a better direction. And that's not to say that sometimes you don't necessarily want to or need to, but when you do, there you go. You've got your 3 steps. Let me know how you get on. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you've got any little ones that work instantly for low energy situations. And my Jedi friends, you will energize yourself by being a better friend to yourself and thinking better thoughts and doing better things.